So, getting into things. Previously, the group of you have returned to Elderthorn. You've taken some downtime. You've gotten a series of bits of information concerning a possible mole within the Opulent Depths Mining Company for the Devil's Buccaneers. And saw fit to, in a roundabout way, start investigating this. Some of you went off to collect herbs, others to speak with Kelpip about prior instruction or something else. And 4 members of the group decided to take a quick day trip to visit Siegfried's parents, one of which who used to be a foreman for the Opulent Depths Mining Company, one of the camps near the foot of the Cloudspine Mountains. Siegfried's mother. You went, and after a half day's travel to get to their small plot of land, you touched base with his father, actually. The one of the individuals who manages one of the Lisette logging camp in the off season and maintains it, was present. Not quite necessary for him to be up in the camp as of yet, with the first frost having happened, but not true snowfall as of yet. Siegfried's father told you that his mother, Lorelei, had actually been hired as someone who knew parts of the ODMC's mining activities going back several decades, and different tunnels and openings to the mines that had been used up, exhausted, and then closed down before being at the present place, had hired her to show them around the foothills near the Cloudspine Mountains. They paid well, presumably, a little bit more than she felt comfortable turning down. Easy money. And she was off. She was due to be back in a day or two, potentially. Wouldn't be more than a day there at the mining camps themselves, from what she had told Yuri. And so the group of you decided to catch up with her. From the interior of the Bronze River home, Dunnan spotted his 3 compatriots, and the group of you teleported, or attempted to do so, to a place Dunnan has seen once, close to 10 months prior, and you mishapped, appearing, according to Siegfried, at the very least many leagues south or southwest, and high in the mountains, above the cloud line, in the frigid, death-inducing temperatures of the peaks of the Cloudspine Mountains. A few well-rolled survival checks later, you learned you had maybe an hour here before severe damage of frostbite was about to start setting in on all of you. And you rapidly tried to take stock of your options. You were not prepared for temperatures of this quality. You do not have all of your old cold weather gear with you, having returned it to the Order of the Iron Fang. Siegfried wild-shaped into a giant vulture and started scouting beneath the cloud line as best he could over the course of 10 or so minutes, looking for potential way down. And Aeolus rapidly set about brewing some potions of flight from his rucksack. These potions, along with Siegfried's flight, allowed the group of you to use the small valley that Siegfried had discovered, the face of the mountain that you had arrived upon, down without needing to go at effectively quarter speed through deep snow and treacherous terrain. You were able to descend close to 15,000 feet over the course of 10 minutes or so. These potions were probably lifesavers in this moment as you descended. The elevation dropping, the temperature ever so slightly warming. You passed the band of coniferous trees and finally alighted in a clearing of deciduous foothills. Still decent elevation, but enough so that you're only subjected to the cold of the impending winter, not the frostbite-inducing peaks of mountains. Hellerast looked about, looked for a large bush, and found a large holly bush that, in a lapse of judgment and rush to quick thinking, set on fire, which caused a large plume of white smoke to begin to climb into the air. Aeolus, Siegfried, worried about the potential alerting of hostile creatures in the area, tried to put it out. Siegfried dropped the temperature in a 120-foot radius with his Ring of Winter, down over the course of a minute or two to negative 30 degrees. Comparable to the mountainside. Realizing it wasn't working, he conjured food and drink. Water splashed all upon the ground, only to be evaporated by the engulfed holly tree, which was then frozen as soon as it got far enough away from the smoke and steam, such that you now had a 120-foot radius snow globe around the group of you, on the side of the mountain, or side of the foothills, I should say, of trees that have shed their leaves for the winter, and it was gray and brown. There was this splash of white, and a dot of orange in the center of it, with a column of smoke climbing up from it. Aeolus kept a weather eye on the horizon and presently saw wings. A creature coming up out of the seas to the south of you, in between two waves, looked like a bird. Rapidly grew in size as it got closer and closer and closer. Aeolus alerted the group that a dragon of gargantuan size was rapidly approaching this place. And the group of you made to run into a forest that gives little cover, only to learn that your footprints were being left behind in the snow that had fallen in this space. And instead you deigned to pass without trace, hide underneath leaves and snowbanks in the hope that this creature would see fit to move on. It alighted, this gargantuan blue drake, and knowing that this space was not natural, did a series of checks, looking around, and saw through your stealth. Aeolus stood up at the beckoning of this creature and tried to reason your way out of this, your incursion into her territory. Talks went well-ish, but some of your group took a little bit more offense than would have been wise to take from this creature, and combat ensued. Quickly, 3 of you were down and dying, when this creature had only wanted a tithe from you. Dunnan, with quick thinking, pleaded the case that they did not know what they did, and to please allow them to leave. He gambled the lives of his friends on a single roll, seeing that this creature was particularly interested in the ring that Siegfried wore. Instead of taking tithe from each of you that were present, he would only exact the one ring. He succeeded on this check. The dragon, who I've renamed, Ethisi, has taken the Ring of Winter and beckoned the group of you to never set foot in her territory again, or she shall pluck you clean, including your lives. Dunnan resuscitated his party members, and the group of you quickly fled, taking levels of exhaustion as you pushed further and further northeast away from this territory, until eventually you were able to rest, and Dunnan then teleport the four of you, back to Elderthorn. This is where we're picking up. Jaya and Tang have presently no knowledge of the last 24 hours that the group has undergone, since having been told that they were going to visit Siegfried's mother and father. Days passed. During this day, Tang, Jaya, what have you been up to?
I have been holed up in Aeolus's house, making potions and trying to stock up on our capacity to survive encounters.
Lovely.
We clearly need it.
Yeah, so based off of the resources that I bought when we were in Brigand's Hold, as well as the ones that are common that I can forage for in the area, I'm just going to be making potions and other resources that may be helpful. So I just need to know how many I can make.
Over the course of the day, roll an herbalism check. You can complete 2 basics or 1 greater.
Cool. Okay.
Jaya, what have you been up to during this interim period?
And it's been a while since we played, but I feel like Jaya's course of action was to take the map to Kelpip
And have a duplicate created?
Mostly try to beg the ability to do that, like get the spell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like it's gotta be part of her mentorship, right? To
certainly
teach her how to do this or whatever. But,
yeah. And we had figured out the spell. Is it fabricate or creation?
I think fabricate. That was the one I had written down.
Fabricate, yes. It is fabricate, because the duration is instantaneous, so it just lasts. Yep. So that is a 4th level spell. You are capable of casting 4th level spells. Working with Kelpip over the course of the day, he'll provide you the scroll.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. He also does show you something that he's found that in his bartering and trading, shall we say. His own methods. You're not quite sure how he acquires all of the things that he gets. You know he makes a lot of it, but he came across something that he figured your group might be interested in. I've added it to your journal. You'll find a folder that says DM Tools Kelpip's Goods. Not you specifically, but he shows it to you and like talks to you about it in the meantime. Alright. And the rest of you arriving back in Elderthorn. The day after. Somewhat rested. Slightly treasure lighter. What do you do?
Aeolus would immediately go home.
Alright, fine time. Does Tang shed when she's stressed and working hard?
There may be extra feathers floating around.
That doesn't bother Aeolus. He just walks in and Tang would see him frazzled.
Do I even want to know? Tang brandishes some, like, hot vial of something that she's working on.
Aeolus just looks at her. We lost to a dragon.
I'm sorry. Do you want to say that again?
Aeolus just kind of slowly walks over to where his sleeping situation is, and he sits down, and Tang can see under his armor just curling up his neck what looks like burn marks that have a lightning pattern as he just stares ahead. Everyone's alive.
Tang immediately is concerned about that injury, and so she's going to rush over and check Aeolus and make sure that nothing is actively wounded. What on earth possessed you to go up against a dragon?
And Aeolus will explain how they went up to see Siegfried's mom. They got worried that something was wrong, tried to teleport, misteleported, and then Aeolus got angry when the dragon referred to Siegfried in a certain way.
Yeah, so everything up until you getting mad at a dragon makes sense to me.
And then Aeolus will explain how he took 3 lightning breaths to the face.
Is Aeolus currently injured in terms of is there anything that Tang can heal?
He's missing a couple hit points, but that's just his blood rights.
Mm-hmm.
There is no injury besides the lightning scar that is peeking from under his armor.
Thank you for prefacing the story with everyone's alive. Does anyone need tending to?
I'm unsure.
Well, where's everyone else?
Probably heading to Buka's.
Tang's going to sigh and put her things down. So we will talk about this more later. She goes to find the rest of the party.
Aeolus is going to strip off his armor and look at the the scar that he now has and has to think about his battle strategy a little bit.
Then it will be Lucas just drinking and staring down at the counter, I guess. Quiet.
Good. Book is familiar enough with you at this point, Dunham, that she can read you're in sort of a mood and is happy to keep you full and unbothered. For Tang and Jaya, if you've not already done so, the group did hit a milestone. So you do have a feat.
Okay, I will look through and figure out what I want.
Same.
And that's 1 potion of greater healing and 1 potion of superior healing.
Oh, for your creations?
Yeah, those are my 2 common potions. And then for the higher level one, I'm making a an iron bind powder, which
Sounds-
helps with unlocking things.
Sounds good. Sounds exciting. It's easy enough to find done at the Faded Gate if you so choose to go.
I will immediately come up to Dunnan and start like observing him, looking at his arms, legs, face for any like signs of injury.
Don't bother. I'm fine. It's just my pride that's hurt.
Well, that's nothing new.
Well, this one stings in particular.
Not rude.
Oh.
He ignores the comment.
Aeolus told me what happened.
Yeah, well, was not our lucky day. But next time we'll get the dragon. Be better prepared. Can't let it
How
have
about
that ring.
not deal with that particular dragon? That sounds like not a great dragon to go up against, considering
Well-
what happened to Aeolus.
Yeah, well, we kinda have to. We need that ring for the coronation, remember?
Oh.
Up in a was it a card?
Oh.
Yes. Well, it was either the ring or our lives, so
Thank you for picking the former.
yeah, well,
Now we're in a bit of a bind.
kinda. When you were not there, Shia was not there, so the odds were pretty stacked against us.
Yeah, I vote we don't. You guys shouldn't go without one of the 2 of us, because we can communicate with each other.
Yeah, well, you know, it was supposed to go to Siegfried's parents and have a nice chat. What did end up happening? We ended up on a mountain, flew down, and suddenly a big blue dragon approached us. So, well, kind of fucked up day. So we had better. But I'm happy that everybody's alive.
I'm glad of that too. Here, just take this in case something like this ever happens, and I push a potion of greater healing into your hands.
No booze?
I push the Rowan wine into your hands.
Oh, great.
Be
That's-
careful.
That's my language now. Appreciate it, Tang.
Just be careful with the wine.
You know me. And I give a little smirk. But we have to get the bed together and discuss our next steps. But for now, just let me rest and drink a little bit. I want to be alone, if it's alright with you.
Why not?
It's easy enough to collect the group if you so choose. Jaya, I presume over the course of this day you are copying the spell into your spellbook?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. 8 hours of scribing for you then. Easily enough done. Would you be at the Faded Gate, having food and drink at your table as you work on this? Or would you be in a room that you've rented?
I think she'd probably be in like Kelpip's storeroom in the library, just like shrimping over a desk super hard.
Okay. The day passes for the group of you in your own fashions. Presently, all of you can complete a long rest and move on to the next day. Brings us to the 9th day of a night hall. Almost through the first 10 day of winter. What does this day hold for the group of you?
And Danan probably has some breakfast and then gotta wait for the others or meet them. Guess at the Aeolus's place.
Chang is going to wait for Aeolus to get up and then ask about the rod and what direction it's pulling now.
Aeolus will answer that it was like a northwest from
Correct.
his last recollection. But it's not pointing near anything major to his estimates.
Yeah. Yeah, it's west by northwest.
Can we
See the map?
I think we should head to Kelpip's and offload some of these items that we don't need. I need to restock.
That's exactly what Meg did not want to hear.
Well,
Did you hear the completely not planned but well-timed yawn on my side? Like, no.
it's Aeolus isn't looking for anything at Kelpip's. He just, besides Alchemist Fire, which
Yeah.
Oberon has, it's just they need funds to pay for it. Or Aeolus needs funds to pay for it.
Yeah, I believe Gogron has it
Then-
for 50. Yeah,
Yeah.
costly. Easily enough done. If you want to go through the roleplay of that, we can, or I could just you can let me know what you're intending to sell.
Well, the only thing that Aeolus has in mind at the moment is the amulet of the lycanthrope. Plus everything else they can essentially use.
You mean you don't want Owlbear Tang?
As much as I would love to see Albertang, I think her soup ladle is a much bigger threat.
Fair.
He will provide you with 150 gold for the amulet of lycanthrope.
Okay. And then, ooh, I want that.
Removing the amulet of
Is
lycanthrope.
there?
And I've added into Kelpip's goods folder, since people other than Jaya have gone there at this point, the thing that Kelpip has come across that he immediately thought of your group.
How much is that?
Well, for something like that, I need to go with... Probably close to 200, 220 gold. I could let it go for 200.
Aeolus will take the 150 that he got for the amulet, and will take 5 of the 6 platinum they have.
Okay.
And he'll just look at it with wide eyes and goes, "Fun, it needs this." Yes, he does.
Okay. I've updated your party loot. Anyone else? Does anyone else have anything that they wish to sell while you're in town? Because you are flush with items at the moment if you wish to stock up on coin. Things that are not presently in use: Serpent's Fang, Amulet of the Platinum Fang, Spellfire Shortbow, Tempest Griffin, Bracers, Arcanist Scribing Wand. I think Tang is attuned fully. Siegfried has an attunement slot open. Did Siegfried say he was going to attune to the Gem of Seeing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move that into
Yeah,
his
so
journal.
Tang technically is full, but she does have one that's a consumable item that she's attuned to. So once she uses that, she'll have another space.
Well, yeah, okay,
But-
gotcha, yeah. Because you have the pauldron, the amulet, and the pipeweed, correct?
Yeah, the pipeweed. As soon as I use it once, it's gonna go away. So,
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Jaya,
not sure
are you
which of
wishing
those
to hold
items.
on to the scribing wand? Because you're the only one that can attune to it.
No, that can go.
Okay.
don't have
I will
anything else.
remove it from the inventory. Aeolus, you can add 100 gold to the party loot if you have that page open.
Okay.
I feel like you told me to go look in Kelpip's folder and just tell me the
I
directions. again, 'cause
I moved
don't
it.
know if
I
missed
already
it or what.
moved it. It's read by Diane's sheet now. It's in the party.
Oh, the backpack.
Aeolus is
Yeah.
like holding it up in the air, like, "Oh, I got a present for Dunn." And
I vote we keep the Amulet of the Platinum Fang because that's something that I could potentially use. Do you think that we'll be using the Spellfire Shortbow again or no? Because I know that was Helly's before she got Shade and Shine.
I mean, I personally don't have interest in a Spellfire Shortbow.
I don't have proficiency with bows.
Yeah, the main use of it is attunement. Well, it's a attunement with proficiency, but it lets you cast magic missile, basically.
Yeah.
If you
And
wish to sell it,
have the
you'll be
additional-
paid 350, or 3,500 silver. Pardon me.
Ooh. I mean, I'm up for it.
Alright, I will remove it
I
from...
think. So you said 3,500 silver?
Yes.
Oh god, not that. And then, as we're still in town, Aeolus is going to pick up some alchemist fire for the flamethrower.
He has 4 vials of it currently available. They're 500 silver apiece.
Okay. 100 silver piece.
500 silver apiece.
I'll pick up.
Yeah.
I'll pick up 2, which will wipe me out completely, and we'll take from the party funds.
Okay. Alright, any other stops that anyone needs to make in town? And if so, if not, pardon me, what are the group of you up to? You've not yet double-checked with Dr. Zillan Booncraft about the ship's logs. You've spoken with him briefly, and he had mentioned he was going to do some research. It's been 2 days since then. Jaya, if you want, you can also scribe Arcane Lock and Comprehend Languages, I believe, at the moment. Those are spell scrolls that the party has access to, if you don't have those spells yet.
Ooh, okay.
Aeolus is going to ask Hang if she can send a message to Siegfried's to see if she's all right.
Yes, because I have sending prepared, so I will. What message do you want me to send? And sorry, who am I sending it to again? Siegfried's mom?
Lorelei
Yes.
Bronze River.
Okay. I have met her, so that works.
Yes, you have. Okay.
What message? Like, this is Siegfried and friends checking in. Are you all right?
Yeah, and when is
Are you all right?
she-
Where are you?
Yes, that works.
Okay. Message sent.
A few moments pass. Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm doing good. Not back home yet. Should be in a day or so. Just finished up here. This lovely fellow was telling me about the mines. He looks like Lander, actually.
Who's Lander? In my head, I'm like, who's Lander? I don't think I know a Lander.
You do not.
I'm gonna pass the message along to the party.
Arcane Lock, Shia. You already have comprehend languages.
Wasn't Linda the son
He was.
who died?
Make a history check. Done in Neolus. Yeah. Arcane Lock, Shia.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you already have comprehend languages. So the group of you do have a scroll of comprehend languages still. Shia doesn't need it.
Would I have advantage on this? Does this have anything to do with Hunter's Bane?
No. Has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
You don't even
I
be
am
whisper.
my own GM.
I don't know. 13 and a 15. Good enough. Yeah, Lander, is the deceased son of, Lear Frickin' Maud Goldworthy, the owners and operators of Now You Die Tailors and Clothiers. He was ritually sacrificed by Mary Tadale, in a pretty
Right.
grisly method. Lander, Dunnan, Jai, do you communicate the full message, pardon me, that Lorelei had sent back to you?
Dang.
Tang. Tang, you're muted. Chirp, chirp.
Sorry.
Do you communicate the full
I'm,
message?
I'm simultaneously trying to figure out what feed I'm taking.
Okay. All good.
Sorry.
That's fine. Did you communicate the full message?
Yeah, I'm voicing it as I hear it.
Okay.
Say it
I
out
just
loud.
wanted to confirm.
Yeah, just already hears everything.
With the way that Lorelei phrased this, Dunnan, you suspect that whomsoever that she is traveling with is of very dark complexion, as Lander has, and Lear Frickin' Maud Goldworthy also have very dark-skinned humans.
Resembles Land probably a lot.
Your brain immediately jumps to Lend.
Yeah. I guess Land's back in town.
Hold up.
If you wanna catch him, we better hurry.
Do we trust him with Siegfried's mom?
Can't say for sure anymore. I don't know these people anymore.
Because they were told that he was from the ODMC.
That's
where
Rob.
we have to go.
I have no idea.
I think we're gonna have to teleport again.
Ah, boy. Well, don't blame me if it goes wrong again. Think you got some, I don't know, protection from cold maybe prepared? If something goes wrong again?
Protection from cold?
Because last time we just mis-teleported to a mountain spire.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Well, no risk, no fun then.
I have my cloak. I produce my winter clothes that I have.
Looks good on you.
If you want, we can run over to the Goldworthy shop and quickly stock
I mean,
up on.
how high are the chances that
do
it
with their
happens
winter
again,
clothes?
right? Well, 0 to none, right? Right?
We went up to Hollow.
That is true.
We
should
made
have
cold weather clothes
our
in the
clothes.
Auroch fur when we were in Hollow.
So then it should be somewhere in our bag of holdings. Which means it's most likely at my house because when I took my... I'll be right back, everyone. And it just goes to his house.
We made winter clothes for you. It's somewhere.
Like tears through everything that was in his bag when it was a bag of holding. Finds everyone's like rolled up, like army style. Enter sats and just goes, "You're fucking stupid," and like shoves them all into his bag.
You now have cold weather clothing. Well done.
So let's grab everyone and hope that Lend is just doing some side work.
Mhm.
Alright, so to where are you going?
I think we're trying to find land. Is that right?
Us. So, Lorelai said that she was finishing up at the mining camps and would be back in a day. So,
Doesn't it only take us like a day to get to the mining camps from here? Maybe it would be better than trying to teleport again.
I personally forget how long it takes us to get to the mining
The
camps.
better part of
To
the
the
day.
map.
Do
Yeah,
I
so
have
it's a
Yeah.
a
so we
clear,
can just meet her at the mining camp instead of accidentally teleporting into a dragon's domain again.
do I have a clear vision of the mining camp in my head?
Once again, you've been there once 10 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, then, if we,
I will make you roll for it
if we
again.
can
Oh, I will
get
roll
there-
for it again.
So if we could just travel on foot and just at a fast pace.
Tang claps her hands together and goes, "You're so smart, Aeolus."
After Aeolus just called himself really stupid, he just hacks his head.
I vote we go on foot and don't teleport into a dragon's lair again. All in favor?
See,
That
this is
sounds
why
good to me. Sounds good to me.
All right.
this is why we need the both of you.
Tang leans over to Jai and goes, "We're the brains of the party."
I mean, I didn't want to say it because I'm new still, but does that like shrug agreement nod thing?
The wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. But like I'm too polite to say anything because but also we know.
Well, I mean, at this point, Hang's only been with the group for a few months now.
I know. And how many shenanigans has she successfully stopped?
And saved us from a lot. I don't know how we made it that far without a healer.
Because Siegfried was your healer and Helly was the party mom.
The luck of
No,
the
she wasn't.
drunkard.
Okay, great, awesome. Everybody, let's get ready to head out.
Walking to the mines, correct?
Hell yeah.
Okay. It'll take you past dusk. At this point, the road is well traveled, well known. It is not typically populated by brigands of any type. Not that any of them would pose a threat to any of you. Is there anything anyone wishes to do while you are traveling, or do you want to jump to the base camp of the mines?
I will ride on the pup. I summon the pup.
Noted.
I am gonna keep my eye out, but I'm not actively searching for any kind of like rarer materials, like rarer plants.
Okay. And then, Dunnan, you also notice Aeolus is carrying a much larger backpack on top of other stuff as well.
I have something for you.
Oh,
Here.
what is it?
And Aeolus will heft the backpack into Tunnen's hands.
Ugh. What the hell is that?
I don't know what it does. I saw it, and Kelpip said that you would love it. I trust Kelpip. I bought it.
All right. Can I take a look at it?
Certainly. It is on the journal.
I see it, but how big is it? Is it like
It's the size
as
of a
tall
backpack.
as I am?
No, it's like the size of your torso.
Size of a back. Oh, okay. Neat. Is there something in there? And I'll shake it a little bit.
You hear liquid sloshing around.
I'll take a smell.
Smells
What's
alcoholic.
Mm,
Vaguely earthy.
That's just my jam. I'll take a swig.
It is... as you put the nozzle to your mouth, that sort of dispenses from the bottom of this thing and press the little lever. You have this gout of delightful ale flood your mouth for a moment. It's slightly hoppy. It's got a warming sensation towards the end of it, and you pick up the tail flavor of some pretty rare mushrooms that you're not used to having in cheap ale. It's wonderful.
It's quite nice, Eolus. I really like it. Earthy. Just my jam. A little big to carry, but oh well.
It's my thank you for saving us.
Well, you know that there is no price on our lives. And, you know, you would have done the same. So, it's all good, my friend.
You can attune to it, Dunn. While attuned to it, you can dispense ale normally, but it affects a creature twice as much as normal due to the magical nature, so it's twice as effective. Or you can spend 10 minutes focusing on the tank to produce 4 elixirs, expending 1 of the 10 gallons it can carry. If you're a dwarf or proficient with brewer supplies, you can produce the course elixir over 1 minute instead, so 1 minute for you. Each elixir contains 1 ounce of concentrated liquid. Anyone who drinks the elixir gains resistance to poison and poison damage for 8 hours. If you're a dwarf, it has no effect on you. It's just delightfully strong alcohol. And you can use an action to hose a target with a gallon of liquid and push them up to 15 feet away from you and potentially deal damage.
Like, I have a backpack rocket launcher now.
Yeah. Oh,
Awesome.
I mean, you could. I would. You can roll if you want to hose the ground and launch yourself up. I think that's flavorfully hilarious.
I can't wait for Aeolus to levitate a target.
And Dunham just hose it, so that way it just keeps floating away from you at 15 feet around.
Yep.
How far can I shoot with that? Because it doesn't say.
Hose a target within 30 feet of you.
Target within 30 feet.
30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does require attunement, so you would have to give up the helm, the ring, or heart iron. Which I doubt you would give up heart iron.
I guess the ring then.
No.
Oh, well, what then? Not giving up the helm. Well, it's a discussion for later.
Or like you could potentially spend a short rest to attune to it towards the end of the day.
I mean, I can use the Helm of Transposition. I could attune to it instead.
I'm not fond of my helm.
Pikeweed.
I'm not giving up on my helm.
It would fit me.
I don't need free action. You can take it.
Let the dumb dwarf have his helmet of teleportation, so he feels kind of important.
I mean, there's also advantage on spells, against spells.
Yeah,
it's
that
not
too.
nothing.
Oh, well then, yeah, no.
I guess the ring has to go. Because I have other ways of dealing with immobilization.
True. This conversation happens over the course of your travel to the foothills. Presently, the Cloud Spine Mountains come within sight, towering, blotting out the far horizon, disappearing into the clouds themselves. Thoughts from some of you that just 24 hours prior you were fighting for your life to get down off of these, only to fight for your life once again. After about 9 or so hours of reasonably paced walking, dusk has fallen. The sun has dropped behind the mountains themselves after painting them with a beautiful silhouette as the light shone through the clouds. And you see the lanterns flicker on about a mile off in the distance of the foothills of the mining camp itself. The ground is thankfully frozen, but really churned up from passing carts and beasts of burden over time. It's uneven to walk on, and you sort of standing off to the main road. Those of you who have been to the mining camp before know there's a main office pavilion tent that's a semi-permanent structure set up. There's a series of barracks that have been constructed. This is effectively their base camp, where workers will stay, sleep, rest for their shift here. They work on a 20-day shift schedule where they're 10 days on, 2 days travel, and then 8 days off. The group of you are resting. You find a reasonable spot just outside to be able to rest if you wish to immediately, or you can pop in, have a walkabout, talk about. What would you like to do?
Aeolus would like to go in and ask the foreman if they have any information of where Orlai is.
One moment. Let me grab the foreman for you. The current foreman for the Opposite Depths Mining Company is a gnome by the name of Felix Sparklefern. You've met him previously, a while back. He's looks fairly similar to how he was previously. Bright red bushy mustache, and slightly thinning hair as he sort of looks up from his, looks like actuarial tables or some type of sheets that he's taking log in. Hi, hold on, don't tell me. I remember you. You're the ones that found Emron and Elra. That was a while. Jeez. Don't tell me someone else is missing. I haven't. Everyone's checked in.
I actually wanted to ask if you have the knowledge of where Orlai Hans River is.
Oh, she and this tall, lanky fella came through. I trust you. She wanted to double check the maps for our old mine heads, where we had delved into the mountains some. I showed her them. This guy was hunting some creature that was rumored to, like, take shelter in, like, caves, and he was thinking maybe, like, it had burrowed into one of the old shafts or something like that, like, as an opportunity. Don't know. Didn't ask too much. Very intense stare, this guy. Like, felt like he was looking. I don't know if I saw him blink. It was weird. But yeah, they went up into the foothills a little bit north of here, like 3 days ago. I think she's due back sometime tomorrow. They might be camped nearby. Or, he sort of leans out the opening of the tent and sort of gestures somewhere in that direction, I would imagine. So the terrain's a bit rough to go in the evening, so even if they were on their way back, it would usually make more sense to camp rather than taking the last mile or so over foot.
Okay, thank you.
A lot of tree falls around here, a lot of traffic, so the root system gets disrupted, and it's just treacherous footing. There's no reason to rush back when you're just going to be setting up a tent here anyway.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And Aeolus will salute him and will turn and rejoin the others.
He looks taken aback at the salute. Okay. Bye.
And he'll ask if Jaya and Tang are comfortable taking to the air, and he'll point to where he was erected. If they were on their way back, they should be camped out nearby. Is it possible that Tang, you and Aya can take to the air and see if you can see any signs of camp?
Absolutely.
I do that.
Okay. Are you the two of you flying together, or are you dividing and conquering?
Divide and conquer, I think, is the best route here.
Okay. I'd like each of you make your own
Cover more
perception
ground
check,
that
please.
way.
I don't have advantage, so
I'm gonna use lucky
Okay.
to give myself advantage.
All right. 15, 22. Both pretty good. About 10 minutes pass. Sort of separating Jaya going northwest, closer towards the mountains and gaining in altitude rather quickly. Tang going a little, almost due north, as opposed to off at an angle, trying to skirt some of the lowlands, still also gaining altitude, maybe a half mile between the two of you, rather quickly. After about 10 minutes, you see what appears to be a small bit of light on a hill off in the distance. Each of you are able to pick it up with those perception checks, though. It's probably 2 or so miles from the camp itself. The base camp itself, pardon me.
I'm gonna circle around and fly lower just to see if I can see who's there.
Okay. I'd like you to make a stealth check for me. Silent wings as you circle lower. Jaya, what are you doing? You also spot this. You're not quite sure what Tang is doing yet.
I think I'm just kind of keeping my eye on Tang. These are new people to me, so I'm not super up for just waltzing in, but I also don't want to let Tang out of my sight. So I'm kind of like, she's stalking them, I'm stalking her. This, that one meme, the astronauts. That's me.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Tang, you alight nearby. I'd like you to make another perception check for me. You are aware that you are in an environment that is relatively okay. That is relatively silent because it is the beginning of winter. So the sounds of animals, insects that would normally disguise you. You're familiar with this type of environment. You know if you get too close, even the slightest noise would betray your presence. So you stay as far back as you possibly can while still trying your best to actually see what's going on. You don't hear any noises other than the crackling of the fire. And you see a shorter individual, probably dwarven, with their back to you. They're silhouetted by the light of the flame, sort of tending what looks to be a pot or a spit or something on the fire. But you only see the one individual at the moment. And a small bedroll that's been rolled on the other side of the fire, with a tarp that's been strung over the top of the bedroll.
Just the one individual that does not look like Siegfried's mother.
No, it does look like
Oh, okay.
Siegfried's mother is a dwarf.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to sneak closer. Like do a flyover.
Okay. Make me another stealth check. Okay. Nope. / GM roll. There we go. Yeah. Nice and quiet. Silent wings, virtually. Gliding. You catch a little bit of the smoke and the heat coming up from the fire. To raise yourself ever so slightly so you don't have to flap too close to this encampment. You see the one bedroll, almost covered by the tarp. It looks like it's been set up to act as almost a heat reflector from the fire for the evening. And the one individual currently tending, it is a spit. It looks like a rabbit of some type that's on the spit. That she's slowly tending to. You recognize Lorelei.
Okay, I'm just gonna land in the camp and go, hi.
Oh, that was startling. So Jai, you don't know what's going on. You see Tang just do a circle, and then you catch the light of the fire as she sort of dive bombs into the camp.
Well, okay. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, am I within 120 feet of her?
No.
Or no? I am?
No.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm just going to go, like, hard in.
Okay.
Full.
Okay. So Tang, you land. Oh, hello. Oh, you're Siegfried's friend. Stop flapping. Oh. Do you know her?
I don't think you've met her. This is Jaya. She joined our party relatively recently. We're the only ones that can fly, so we came out to see if we could find you.
Oh. Hi. I don't have food for you. I just have the one rabbit.
That's okay. I've already eaten.
Jaya tucks the mace back in the thing, like casually, like she's just fixing her hair. Like, oh, it's very nice to meet you.
Hey, you didn't need to come out all the way out here for me.
Well, you know your son. He tends to worry.
He's okay. He's fine. But it's sweet of you to come all the way out. I'm sorry I can't accompany you. I cannot fly.
That's
It
quite
must be
alright.
nice though. I feel like I'd get a little bit of vertigo.
Pen gets a little bit of a glint in her eye. She's like, do you want to give it a try?
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh, this could. Oh no.
Okay. I Should I pack up my things?
Tang nods and enthusiastically.
Okay. Rolls up the bedroll. About 5 to 10 minutes of hurried packing and sort of unstringing the tarp and her ridge line, and banking the fire. She present. Okay, I'm ready. Do I flap my arms?
I'm gonna pull out of my bag the oil of flying that I made from the poppy that I bought in Brigand's Hold.
Okay.
And I have to pull it up in the herbarium because I'm not 100% sure how it works. 1 second, please. I think I just apply it and it allows her to fly for 10 minutes, question mark? Where is it?
Double check for me.
Do. That's not the right spot. Oil of flying. Oil of flying. Why am I having a hard time finding it? The search isn't working in roll or d20. Roll 20.
Okay. The search feature on the PDF.
Yeah, it's not working. It's okay. So.
Yep.
Thought it was oil of flying. I think it's functionally the same thing.
Okay.
But...
That's fine.
Okay.
So potion of flying, you give it to her. And just drink this. Then looks at
I
it for a
try to
moment.
explain how to fly, despite not having done it magically before.
She looks at it for a moment, sort of drinks like the 2 ounces of liquid that it is. Ooh, I feel all tingly. Whoa. As she sort of floats up and slowly starts to rotate to an upside down. No, she grabs her dresses. How do I write myself?
Use your arms. I'm like trying to go. I look to Jaya for help. Trying to coach her how to be upright.
Do you ever go swimming? Just kind of, like a doggy paddle.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
I don't think it's pink happy pelts. Yeah, I don't think it's that one, but it's definitely like a.
She slowly doggy paddles
on this poor woman.
Doggy paddles through the air, like completing her backwards somersault. As like, okay, I think I got it now. Where are we going? This is neat.
Also, I found the item. It's flying ointment.
Flying ointment. Okay.
Wait,
Is it 10 minutes?
It gives you flying speed for 10 minutes. Yeah.
60 feet?
Underside of the wrist or inside of the elbows where you apply it to.
Okay.
Yep. If you're still flying at the end of the effective duration, you descend safely at a rate of 30 feet per round until you land.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. I'll follow you.
Can she roll 1d6?
Yeah, sure.
It says, when applying this ointment, roll 1d6. On rolling a 6, the use of the ointment not only grants flying, but also grants 1 immediate use of the commune spell. It is not known to the player which deity or divine proxy is answering the questions asked.
Good to know.
Oh no! Okay, great. Well, she gets an immediate use of commune while flying.
I swear, if this moment turns Lorelai into the big bad evil guy,
She becomes evil just so she can continue to fly forever.
Yeah.
All right. Slowly doggy paddling, like literally following your instructions, like swimming through the air. Over the course of the next 10 minutes, the three of you now return to the base camp of the ODMC.
So what'd you think?
A little bit scared. I think it helped that it's dark and I can't see the ground, so I just told myself I was like swimming at night. And you see sort of a blush take over. That's not a story for Siegfried's friends.
I promise we won't tell him. That sounds great. Tell us all.
But Yuri and I had a very adventurous past.
I'm
Sure.
romantic, but only for other people.
The troll runs much better for things than just washing clothes.
King is blushing under her feathers, but you can't tell because she has feathers.
Jaya's all of her freckles immediately stand out.
Don't tell Siegfried.
Yeah, Tang takes notes for Helly.
Exactly, we have to tell Helly.
Kim's gonna come back and be like, why are we going to the troll run at nighttime?
Just trust us, Helly. Don't worry.
That's how horror movies start.
Got this from a reliable source.
That's how horror movies start.
Well, the two of you do not know what she communes. She reaches the rest of the group easily enough with you.
Oh, you found her.
Safe and sound. Len wasn't with her, though.
I can doggy paddle through air. Hi, Olus. Where's Siegfried?
He should. I swear he was here a second ago.
Siegfried and Helly are on Elderthorn.
He got into a scrap with a dragon, but he's okay.
Well, when next time you see him, tell him to come see me.
Will do, absolutely.
Anyways,
What happened to the man that you said was traveling with you? Or that was giving direction?
we went to see some of the old mining entrances. One of them was a little bit higher in altitude. But it was the last one. So he said he could find it from here. He had enough direction. We checked most of them. The UDMC usually boards up any of the old ones to try to prevent sometimes kids or would-be adventurers, a little bit too young, who fancy themselves explorers, from delving down into them. Some of them have been boarded up due to gases and cave-ins and unsound structures and whatnot, so we just don't want people in them typically. So most of the ones that we found were in pretty good repair as far as how we had stoppered them up. One that a little bit higher outside of the tree line. It was before my time, actually. That was left to check, and I gave him the directions to that, and off he went. I asked him if he wanted me to wait for him to go back towards, if he was headed back towards Elderthorn. But he said not to worry about it. He's very friendly. Not one of many words, though.
Do we follow him? And Aeolus will look for the group. Do we head back to Elderthorn and retrieve Siegfried and Helly?
said he was hunting some type of weird creature. That he said it was almost centipede-like. From what he said, but was supposed to be as large as maybe 2 or 3 horses in length. Pretty weird. He had a little amulet with, he said it was a piece of the shell, from another type of species, I guess, or whatever, that had indicated somewhere along the mountains. That's how we had sort of ruled out some of the other ones, that there was a bit of damage to the blockages that had been put in place. But he said no, none of them were correct. I mean, he had a feeling that it was the upper one. I'm not sure.
Can I do like an Arcana check to determine what how he's tracking the creature, like what that would be?
Certainly. It sounds like he's just that Lorelei is describing some type of magic item that's made to track any type of creature, provided that you have a piece of that type of creature. It seems like some type of almost magical compass, but as opposed to directing to north, it directs you towards your quarry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I vote we go after him.
Okay.
I'm going to fill Giant in very briefly on our background and the fact that, like, background that I'm aware of, which is that Lend is a part of the Death Defiers? Question mark? Right?
Death Deniers.
Death Deniers. Well, close enough. Saying like where's her wing? Like close enough. And Dunnan has history with that. Dunnan has beef with the leader, but Lend was really helpful in a fight against White Dragon when we were near Hollow, which is my hometown. So I feel like I have an obligation to go help him now.
Okay.
But she's giving Dunnan a side eye, like waiting for him to say, no, we're not doing that. That's what she's anticipating.
I just put up my hands. I'm done with those people. So, we can go if you want to. I don't mind.
But if there's really a creature that's here, we want to be able to protect the ODMC, right?
And if it happens to be a hunt or something that he needs to fell, he can take whatever riches from it. I just want to be sure Len didn't fall into the wrong hands.
Mm-hmm.
He's powerful. I'd rather have him as a friendly, so to speak. So then, do we return to Elderthorn and grab the others, or do we just head in that direction now?
I mean, I can use sending to tell them where we're going. Although it is, I mean, we spent the better part of the day resting or walking, so we may need to rest before we go.
That way, they can start their trek up.
Mm-hmm. And then they can join us. I can use the sending spell when we arrive at the mouth of the cave or tunnel, so that way they know exactly where we are.
Yeah, I can arc it for.
Okay. Do we want to go there, try to find it now in the dark, and then set up camp outside? That way they have more time to catch up to us, or? we
That's
want
up to everyone else.
I look around at the group. Thoughts? Do we want to camp here? Do we want to go camp at the mouth of the um, mouth of the tunnel, the mines?
Hmm. Probably at the mines, I guess. If something comes out, we see immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's a good idea.
would be smart.
Mm-hmm.
Orlai, can you explain to us how to get there?
Let me show you. Where's Felix? Felix, dear, and she just marches off. You, Tang with your passive perception. You see her try to do a little bit of a doggy paddle just to double check to see if it's worn off or not, which it has at this point, and then she marches off. But presently, she comes back with a piece of vellum and sort of unfurls it for a moment. Hand me that lantern, dear. I'm looking at you, Aeolus.
Yep.
Perfect. So this is where the camp is. That entrance is about 2 to 3 leagues, vaguely north of here. Elevation's about 1,000 feet. There's a narrow path that goes up to it. Hard to spot. So the entrance to the path, especially now, it's a bit overgrown. There's a waystone. It's about yay high, 3.5-ish feet. Shaped like a cone, like chiseled into a cone shape. Figured that was the most resilient to not get sort of knocked over like a post or something like that. And still stand out enough in the environment to be able to spot it, and snow doesn't fall on top of it and cover it up. So look for this cone-shaped stone, and then the path itself is about 1/4 mile, so it switchbacks up the mountain, and then there's the opening section.
Okay. And I would be prepared for your son and Helarast to eat you within the next day or so and ask you the same exact question.
Certainly. We can do that.
Aeolus will look towards the rest of the group. We ready to head out?
Ready.
Sure, let's head out.
We will start to follow the directions northward.
Alright, easy enough. I think here is a good point to take our mid-session break. Back at 55, everybody.
Sounds good.
All right.
Alrighty.
Spencer, did you see what I wanted to take as my feet? So highly recommend it.
All right. Don't worry, I heard everything.
Great.
Sam.
No.
All right. Just making sure I'm clear. You're pushing towards the entrance to this place this evening, correct? You're not resting.
Yes.
Well,
And
How-
yes, there.
how are you pushing through? Are you going underfoot? Are you utilizing potions so you can fly and make the journey quickly, as opposed to several hours worth of trekking through dark forest?
I can create potions of flying for Dunnan and
Great.
I. They only last. Oh, no. Well, it's
An
potion.
hour, right? Potions of flying are an hour. The flying ointment's only 10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. If you do so, easy enough to follow the instructions. It takes you about 40 minutes flight, to reach what appears to be this switchback path along the edge of a cliff, upon which you can alight and climb the rest of the distance yourself, easily, another last 30 or so feet by foot. And you are at the entrance to a particularly wide mouth of a cave. There's some of you have dark vision. Actually, all of you have dark vision. Siegfried's the only one. He's not here. Glancing inside, you hear sounds of wind sort of echoing in and out. The mouth of this space is maybe 30, 40 feet wide easily. And about as high. There's a wide set of rails, about 8 feet in between the two rails that mine carts would be able to traverse along. This looks like this was at one point a gargantuanly massive operation. Sometime maybe 150, 200 years ago, based on what Lorelei informs you of, because it was before her time. It looks to be relatively abandoned at the moment. Like, anyone who's looking around the area, to make a survival check for me. Aeolus and Tang, you're used to this, Aeolus, and Tang, you've spent your life in a little bit more wild environment than the rest of your compatriots. You do spot not quite footprints, but a very small disturbance in the gravel and the ground that's outside here. Looks like someone has recently pushed into this space.
I'm going to point out the disturbance to the group. I think this is our spot.
So, do we camp here, like we said?
That was my thought. And then I can use sending to alert Helly and Siegfried of our rough location. It's like X miles in direction of ODMC camp. Talk to your mom. And send that message to Siegfried.
And then, do we want to alert and that we're here?
Part of me wants to scry and see if Lend is in there. Scry on Lend, but I'm not sure. I don't know how welcome a sending would be at this moment. And they've blocked the sendings before. So I can either scry on blend, or I can use sending, or we can just wait till the morning.
I'm up for any of those.
I think it's probably better to scry tomorrow because it's
I mean,
more recent then.
or if you scry, you should scry tonight so that we're at full capability tomorrow.
I think that's a good idea. Okay, I'm going to then use my charge of divine intervention to scry on land.
Noted. That's instant action. What's your spell save DC?
18.
Okay. That's wisdom, correct? Yeah, thought so. Okay. Answer my question. Almost instantaneously, your eyes glass over and become mirrors to everyone else's glance at you. And you see Len sitting cross-legged on the middle of near rail tracks. Looks like minecart tracks. His bow is strung. His eyes are closed. And he has what looks to be a spike, like a rail spike that would be used to secure the tracks. That looks like it's heavily rusted and destroyed. It looks like maybe he picked it up off of the ground in here. And he's just tapping it against the rail every 5 to 10 seconds. And he's waiting, tapping it again. Every now and then you hear him turn his head, as if he's listening for something. Taps it again. And this continues for the entire duration of your scry. The full 10 minutes. He, if not for the motion from his wrist down and the slight shift of his head here and there, he is still as a statue.
I think he's trying to lure it to him.
He's on the hunt, I guess.
He is.
Question is, should we send him a message beforehand?
That I
don't
don't
think
know.
we should disturb him if he's concentrating.
Did look like he was at a sort of cross where two rails meet in like a switch area. But that's about all you were able to gather about the rest of the environment there. There's some flickering light. Maybe he's lit torches in the region, but not quite near him.
Okay.
Should get some rest. Probably best if two stay up and two go to sleep.
I agree. At least one person needs to keep watch.
I can stay up.
I can also stay up. If it needs anything.
Yeah. One by one, the group of you settle in for rest. Over the course of your evening, the group of you do complete a long rest. At this point, any and all exhaustion has been entirely removed from Dunnan and Aeolus, if you still had any marked. Your rest is uneventful. You keep watch, you take turns, you hear the howling wind. Dawn brings what appears to be swirling storm clouds on the horizon. Looks like you might be in for one of the first few snows of the year up here. Sometime over the course of the day. As you each kept watch, you all felt quite sure. to the best of your abilities, that Lend has not left this space.
Can I, first thing in the morning, I'll turn to Giant Tang and say, I don't know how this really works, but it's kind of magical, and I pour them something from that booze hound thing, and offer them a sip, so they gain the benefit of that.
Oh, the poison resistance.
Yeah. I don't know what we're hunting, so it's better to be prepared.
Nice.
So you each gain poison resistance.
Okay.
Yep. Perfect. And that goes from your 8 gallons of ale down to 6. Or your 2 elixirs for the day.
I have one as well, just for good measure.
Well, it's delicious
Health.
to you. So down to 5 gallons of ale.
Aeolus is going to spend the first part of the morning. He's going to create a couple Hunter's Healing Potions.
Okay.
And a potion of healing.
Okay.
Tang is gonna hand her potion of superior healing to Aeolus. And she's gonna give Jaya a potion of greater healing.
Both you take a mark of that.
And Aeolus will give a Hunter's Healing Potion, 1 to Tang, 1 to Anin.
What, a hunter's potion?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter's Healing Potion.
You regain 2d4 plus 2 when you drink it, and then an additional 2d4 plus 2 at the start of your next turn.
Yep. It's a greater healing potion, but half of it is delayed.
Okay. Alright. Ready to set off? Go on a hunt?
Mm-hmm.
Setting into the caves.
Yep.
Okay. I'd like a marching order, and I'd like to know if anyone's lighting any torches or otherwise illuminating the space.
I'm not illuminating the space. My vote would be no, because we all have dark vision, so.
Yeah. You have 120 feet, right, Tang?
Yeah. Because I am Owl. I'm a creature of the night.
Jaya has 60. Jaya, is yours increased by the bangle, however?
It's a great question. I don't.
Can't remember if it does or not. I thought one of the items you guys had, it does not. I thought one of the items the group of you had increased dark vision, but I wasn't sure. It's fine.
This just says my weight is halved and my normal jumping distance is doubled. It doesn't say anything about dark vision.
All good.
Aeolus will volunteer to go first so he can check for any traps that Lend may have set up on his way in.
Okay. Noted. Alright, so Aeolus is first, who's second in marching order?
I can go second.
Aeolus is first?
I'll go last.
I feel like maybe
That's
Tang
yeah.
first. And still
I
here.
was gonna say.
I don't think Aeolus should go first. I think Tang should go first because she has the farther dark vision and she's silent.
Aeolus will follow whatever Tang instructs him to do.
Great.
We're gonna put Aeolus in a responsibility sandwich. So Tang is gonna go first, and then it's gonna be Aeolus, and then Jaya.
Response.
Yes.
You are a piece of liverwurst put into 2 bread slices of responsibility there.
Exactly.
Presently enough.
True story, yeah.
The ceilings here are approximately 30 feet. They vary bit by bit. It's mostly squared out as you proceed. About 10 minutes of walking. Twists and turns, and it starts to delve deep down, descending into the heart of the mountains. You've been following the rail line for a while at this point, and presently, Tang pick it up first, but the rest of you rather quickly afterwards. No one's got a terrible passive, so to speak. You hear the faint metallic tapping every few moments. Very faint, but steadily growing louder. As you continue to approach, Tang, off in the distance, you can see the still form of a humanoid individual whom you presume to be Lend at this rail switchway that the tapping is coming from.
I am going to gesture for the party to stop walking, and I'm gonna alight a little closer to where I think he might be able to see me, and I'm going to land on the rails and put my talons to block the vibration, just to like gently alert him that I am there. I have my arms up, like I'm not non-threatening position.
I heard you about 5 minutes ago. Why are you here? You see his head
Wow.
sort of turn. Oh, this is all of you. Well, it tilts his head ever so slightly. Seems to be very restrained in his movements. Like no extra effort expended, if possible. Sort of glances behind you at the other 3. Did not expect to see you all.
We
Are
did
you
not-
following me?
You helped Siegfried's mother. She told us you were hunting something. We wanted to return the favor.
More than welcome to join. No coin in it, I warn you.
We need no coin.
What
It
exactly are we hunting? To see your land?
bug-like thing. Weird manifestations have started popping up.
Hmm. Needle-like claws, perhaps?
If you count 1,000 legs, claws.
Hmm.
Centipede, very long, usually at the most size of your finger. The size of a monster.
It turned Aeolus. Sounds like our needle monster all over again, right? Or that
And-
Avatar Evoclast, maybe?
Quite possibly they do like underground. Can I, using Hunter's Bane, try to track anything Fey, Fiend, Undead, and if what Lend is hunting qualifies as one of those?
Make me a. So, that pertains to your survival checks, which is your wisdom.
Yes.
Make me. You're proficient in survival and history, correct?
Yes.
Okay, make me the survival check. You're technically using your history skill here, but yes. Just because I want a wisdom check. Okay. At this point, you've interacted with a large number of various creatures. As he talks about these weird things that have been happening, an acrid smell sort of just barely picks up on the edge of your perception here. It reminds you of the needle monster. It reminds you of wolves you fought. It reminds you of a gargantuan crab-like creature. You get the sense there's something here that has this similar taint of corruption. This influence of Greklork or Evilcast.
Aelus will nod his head to the group. It smells like one of their creatures.
Well, the description is the same, and the place remembers me of that mine we were before, where we saved Land and the others.
I followed the logical assumption. All of the hinges nearby has started to show signs. Your village is safe. Bird. Not close enough. Believe the dragon was all that the influence was caused. It's happened in other places as well. The King's Road has shown some of the bounding deer that live in the grasslands south of the desert to become unsavory and monstrous. Grato found them. I followed the likely suspicion that your henge, not well guarded by the way, has similarly affected some creatures near the mountains. Found bits of something that Toadtooth had slew. Yes. Followed it here. Looked like it took shelter underground. Figured easier to find cave than make cave. Is growing problem everywhere we'd go. Some coin here and there. Kirad pay well.
And it will continue to be a problem because the henges are active.
It is a good problem to have. Karad pay people victim. Is what it is. He continues tapping the sort of rusted bit of metal against the track. Hopefully bring soon. I imagine noise here to bring creature. In
Trying
here.
to draw it from its lair.
Try to. No good. Dangerous place to be, you.
Nicholas is going to unhook the skull from his belt and activate his Eldritch Cannon.
I'd like all of you to make a perception check for me, please. Damn good rolls. Small bit of time passes. Your voices have carried through this space. Presently, Tang, Jaya, and Aeolus, you pick up the sounds of skittering. Hard scraping against stone here and there. The shifting of gravel. Seems like it's bouncing all across the walls. You can't get a solid positioning on where this is coming from. And I think we find... I'm going to move all of you to him.
He needs to roll into initiative.
You have a moment. You suspect whatever creature is coming. Len seems to stand up, drops the piece of metal upon the ground, gives his bow a tentative stretch. And here we go. So I'm going to have you guys roll into initiative when you're ready, but you have a moment to reposition yourselves in this space if you would like to. About a round's worth of movement if you would like to do so.
We can't tell what direction the creature's coming
You have
from.
no idea. This skittering sound seems to be bouncing off of all of the different rock and hard faces around the space. It is very difficult to sort of pinpoint a direction, even with those perception checks.
Would you allow for spell casting in this time?
Certainly. If you cast a spell instead of shifting your position.
Yeah, I just want to go invisible.
Certainly. Greater or regular?
Greater.
Okay.
Before Jaya does so, can I cast Beacon of Hope? Although it doesn't say that I have to be able to see them.
Each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws and regains the maximum. Nope.
Yeah.
You would technically still need line of effect, which I typically interpret as relying on sight, but yeah, you can still cast it before she goes invisible. That's fine.
Okay.
We're in
Great. I'm gonna
loosey-goosey order at the moment.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to hit everybody. I think Dunn's 5 feet out of range. Is it possible for me to shift and use that, or 5 feet, or no?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. There we go. Now Dunn's in range. Everybody gets maximum healing, and I'm in concentration.
Noted. Mark that down on your token. And
Why
get
did I
yourself an
get-
initiative.
Sexual healing with maximum healing song in my head right when you said that.
It's not the same thing.
ridiculous.
Yeah, not the same thing.
I think Siegfried's mom has twisted the both of you.
I think that Jaya and I need to test out this space before we recommend it to Helly. Gotta go check it out.
Oh. Jaya blushes more.
It's giants. Okay, that's all I'm doing. Making Jaya blush.
Okay. That's free action. I need an initiative
Great.
from you, though. And Len needs to roll into initiative.
I'm swapping with Dunnan. As long as Dunnan's cool with that.
Sorry, swapping.
Do you want initiative 15 or do you want to keep your 5?
Now I'd rather stay at 5, I think, because I have no idea where that creature's coming from.
That's fair. Okay.
You can swap with Lend.
I'll stop with Lend, yeah. Make Lend go faster. Lend is 15 and I'm the 11
Did the
point.
Eldritch Cannon have its turn to pop off for the temp healing or for the temp hit points before?
Sure.
So then Jaya, Lend, and Aeolus get 11 temp HP.
Ooh. Wait.
All right. Let's drop that and move this to the choken layer. As the skittering sounds come to a head, each of you sees this creature. The drawback is each of you are looking in a different direction. Where's my stat block for them? Close to a dozen of these centipede-like creatures come crawling along the walls, along the rafter support here. Only one of them looks like it gets within range of an attack this round on Aeolus. As this swarm of creatures descends upon you. Alright. Aeolus. First up, it tries to bite you twice. 24 and a 19.
Both of them hit.
Okay. You take 16 points of piercing and 12 points of piercing, respectively. And I'd like... what armor do you wear?
I'm wearing the half plate at the moment.
Half plate. Non-magical, right?
That's right.
I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw. Twice. Okay. As this creature opens its pincers, you can see that there's this dripping black ichor coming from it. You dodge the worst of the first bite. You still take the damage. The second one, unfortunately, grazes your armor with the ichor as well. Your armor takes a -1 penalty to its effectiveness
Okay.
as it begins to rust.
Okay.
That is their full round. That brings us to Jaya with Lend on deck.
Can I use my reaction?
Yeah, sure.
Aeolus is going to shout that these creatures' attacks have the same effect as the sap from the pinwood.
Absolutely.
Ugh, things are kind of big, aren't they?
They're large. Yeah. And Jaya, it's your turn. At the start of your turn, you just hear Lin sing. This isn't what I was looking for. They're too small.
Oh, well, that's reassuring.
Must be eggs.
Eggs.
Fuck, he said too
Got it.
small.
Okay. In that case, wait for that one. But you
That's
said
the
it's
newest-
30 feet.
Sorry.
You're good. Um, what do I want? Sorry. I mean,
You're
I had
good.
all this time to think about it, and I did not think about it. Well, can I fireball the two behind Aeolus and hit just those two and not him?
Yeah, easily enough.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so that is double deck saves.
Mhm.
Wow. Double natural 20s. I can't roll that good again.
God damn it.
There-
1 in 400 chance. It's bullshit.
It's 21 for both of them.
Well, they'll take half.
That's still good half.
So-
15, 14. Yeah.
Mhm.
You hear this screeching,
And then-
chittering sound as they take damage. Minus 14. Minus 14. You're concentrating on greater invisibility. All right.
And then I'm going to fly straight up to the. Press myself against the ceiling because you said it was 30 feet, right?
30 feet. That is correct.
Yep.
All right. And that'll take you up to 6. All right. That'll. Anything else, Jaya?
And then I'll enact Blade Song
What's on? You got it.
as a bonus action.
All right, that'll take us to Lend, who will, well, don't touch them then, at Aeolus' comment of their corrosive nature, and will make 2 attacks with his longbow. Let's put him to Whisper Toggle. Which 2 hits. Thanks to you damaging them, he gets his Slayer damage on top of both of them. 31 points and 24 points. One of the ones next to Aeolus crumples and sort of curls backwards on itself, like sort of rotating almost into like a nautiloid shell type shape, and then falling over as it's twitching in its final death throes. Then Len, bonus actions. He will move to here, and he will take the disengage as a bonus. Or nope, he can't. He can't dodge as a bonus action. Pardon me. That's his turn. Brings us to Aeolus.
Aeolus is going to strike at this thing twice with Vergasive.
Certainly. 16, I believe, hits. Let me double check. Nope, that's Len. That's not the monsters. 16 just hits. So that is 27 points of damage. Very hefty.
And then my bonus action, I'm gonna
Looks
Twist
really
around.
rough.
fire the Star Metal blaster point blank in the face.
Full blast, all of it?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. 23 hits. Give me the bonus damage. So 18 total.
Yes.
Okay. The piercing scream sort of echoes as the chittering bounces off of the walls. Bits of ichor are sort of thrown back behind this thing. It is still holding on, but it looks real bad.
All right, and that is my turn. Then the what is the Eldritch Cannon a bonus action to?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Nope, that's my turn.
All right, that'll bring us to Teng with Dunnan on deck.
Tang is going to use her bonus action to pop out her ladle.
That is concentration now.
Oh, never mind then. It doesn't say that in the... Has it not been updated?
It might not be updated on your sheet.
Okay,
I'll mark
never
it
mind.
for you.
Thank
Yeah, but it
you.
is concentration
I'm
now.
not doing
Yeah.
that. I'm not casting if it's concentration now,
Okay.
because that would drop the auto healing of the Beacon of Hope.
Correct.
Okay, so instead of that, I am going to look at the... Let me see if I... Is this... How do I ping?
Hold down.
Okay.
Click and hold. Okay.
This
Purple.
one?
Yep. Gotcha.
I'm going to look at it and use a level 1 spell slot to command it to flee.
Okay. Does it need to know your language for command?
It does not say that. It says...
So you know, wisdom saving throw. Okay, cool. So that is a wisdom saving throw. Fails with a 6.
Great. So that one has to move away.
All right.
Yeah,
Flee
available.
fast as possible. Okay. So I'm gonna move it at the right now, and then I'm just gonna put a pip on it so I don't touch it during next initiative order.
Okay. And then I am going to take wing as well. And go up 25 feet.
Okay. Up you go.
There we go.
Anything
And
else?
then, as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Magic Stone.
Perfect. All right, you got stones going. That brings us to Dunnan with the creatures on deck.
Dunnan will swing his hammer and shoot it at this one twice.
Yeah, that is up on that rafter that's crossing the map there. About 15 feet in height, but yeah,
Okay,
within your
then.
range.
Okay. But if I have to move close, that's fine.
Yeah, sure. What your short range is 30 feet, right? For
No,
thrown?
20.
20? Oh, yeah.
20.
Yeah, you're still within 20. That thing is, came out across that rafter, just sort of coiling and spiraling along that one beam to potentially drop down on you. 23 hits. That is...
It's radiant damage to Spirit Shroud.
Okay. And Spirit Shroud, it has to be within what range of you? Is it 15-foot radius or emanation?
10 feet. Okay.
Within 10 feet. Okay, yeah. So no Spirit Shroud damage on it yet,
Okay.
but that's okay. So it's still 27 points damage.
And then I'll move back to Lance, just like the old times, back to back, right? And that's it.
All right. That'll bring us to the Corrupted Ruts monsters. All right. Red one does not move. They've fled. The others close in. This one moves halfway in and then uncoils itself and drops down into there. Rolls into there. This one moves to here along the beam, but does not drop. This one swarms in this direction. Swarm closer to Tang, even though she's on the ceiling. This one scales the wall and starts climbing the ceiling. I'm just going to mark it as a blue pip, representing that it is on the ceiling.
Okay.
This one will dash and be doing the same thing. As these things are clearly able to move around this place with relative speed and quickness. Alright, so we have 2 that are within range of Aeolus. Aeolus, 1, it is going to bite you, and then it is going to attempt to use its antennae as they sort of shift for a moment and sort of spatter this ichor upon you. I'd like you to make another dex save for your armor.
Okay.
The bite is 19 to hit you.
That hits.
12 points of piercing. That is another failure on the dex save. Your armor has a -2 penalty right now. You said you were in half plate, correct?
Yep.
I believe that's 15 plus dex baseline.
Yes.
Yes. If you reach a base of 10, the armor is destroyed entirely.
Okay.
The other one is going to do the exact same action, so another dex save. Bite is a 12, that misses you, but it is going to attempt to splash you with ichor. Succeed on the save that time. 2 bites against Dunnan, and a bite against Lend. Lend is a 13 to hit, misses him. Dunnan 17 and a natural 20.
Well, the natural 20 hits.
Okay, so the natural 20 is 22 points of piercing damage as the pincers close down upon you. And then, Dunnan, your armor is magical. I'd like you to make 2 dex saves with advantage, please. Success. Success. Aeolus's call out was timely indeed, as you are very careful to avoid this sort of spitting ichor that's coming out of these things. And that will then bring us the one that Tang dashed. I believe that's all of them. Yes? Alright, cool. Jaya on deck. Up to you.
All right, I'm gonna drop down or like fly over, so I'm kind of like here-ish. One, I think that's. Yep. 2, 4. So I can get 6 of them.
Okay.
Heal and strike, baby.
Alright. So the fifth
That's
level
5 of them.
spell.
Cool.
Alright, fantastic. Make me so let me double check my. So you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, correct?
I think I can only do 5, so
Oh.
I miscounted for some reason. I thought it was
3,
6.
4, 5. Okay, the 5 that are next to potential allies.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. We'll go in that order, counterclockwise. Make me 5 attacks in a row with advantage because you are invisible.
That's just with a mace, right?
Yes, which uses your intelligence.
26.
Yeah, hits.
20. Oh, that's a crit. That's a
No.
crit.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, we'll come back to damage in a moment. Next attack
23.
hits.
23.
Hits.
24.
Hits. The final one was one of the ones that got fireballed. That is summarily destroyed with that base damage.
Okay.
All right. So let me do my base damages first. So we have 19 from the crit. Nice. No, 10 on that one. And then 9 on that one. And now 6d10. I need you to roll that 4 times for me. 35. minus 37. 38. And then the final one takes 25. Now I need one more set of 6d10 for the bonus from the crit. So it was 12d10 total. Another 29. So the one next to you, Dunnan, just explodes out of nowhere. There's a brief concavity in the front of it. Like, it looks like it's trying to shirk away from you for a moment until it just sort of folds in on itself. And the whole back half of the region that you had just come from is covered in viscera and ichor. That is summarily destroyed. You would have killed it from full health. Yeah. Jesus. I mean, if you want the actual damage total, roll one more set of d6, Shia. 60-10, pardon me. Because one of them was killed base, but technically there's more damage of the total that she dealt. So you can figure that one out, Aeolus. The 5 that you hit, 2 of which died from these impacts. I'd like you to make me a dexterity saving throw with advantage. And I would say you have Dunnan's bonus on this also, because... Oh, not even necessary. You are quick enough as you pull the Mace of the Void back that you are not splashing ichor upon it. As we come around to Lend, unless you have anything else to do on your turn.
Nope, that's about it. I mean, if I have any more movement, I'll fly back up, but I think that's...
Steel Wind Strike, you appear next to one of them. Yeah, so you still have movement remaining after that. You've only spent 10 feet. So you have 10 feet, and then you appear next to one of them. So you'd have another 20 feet of movement. So you can get 20 feet up.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Lend is not thrilled about being in melee. He will bonus action disengage and dash to get to here. What's his movement speed? 40. And he will try to pick off the one that is going after Tang on the ceiling. 2 attacks with his longbow. 25 and 14. 14 does not hit. And it is not damaged, so it does not have the Slayer bonus. So it only takes 8 points of damage. That will then bring us to Aeolus with Tang on deck.
Aeolus is going to... He is going to take the rod out, and he's going to look at Anin and just go, I feel like you need a bit more pep in your step, and I'll use it to cast haste.
On Dunnan?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're concentrating on that. There we go. What's next, Aeolus?
And then for my bonus action,
Blood right?
hurt myself at the moment, because then that's a Constitution save.
If you're gonna activate a blood right, I'm not. You could definitely plan the turn better. That's fine.
I don't think Aeolus would be that smart at this
Fine, go for it. Yeah.
But seeing that Aeolus's passive is high enough to hear Ben's comment of, these are too small, these are eggs, I'm just gonna stay put and not activate my blood right at the moment.
Okay. That brings us Tang with Dunnan on deck.
Okay, so Tang does not like bugs. She does not have exposure to bugs living in a very cold area. So she's kind of freaking out right now.
This one is chittering like 5 feet from your face, hanging upside down on the ceiling.
Yeah, not a fan. So with this circle would hit 3 of them, right? The purple one. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay, it would just hit the 3 of them, right? Not the 4th one at the bottom.
So it would hit not the blue one. Can't. The blue one is on the ceiling.
Well, no, it can, trust me, it can hit the blue one on the ceiling.
Okay.
I'm concerned about the one on the bottom.
Oh, the fourth. No, it would not get the 4th one.
Okay.
I would give advantage
So,
to the west and north one also, if it's a dex save or something, because you're barely touching them.
Okay, I'm going to shift a little bit. And then try not to hit me. There. Centered there, I'm going to cast Flame Strike.
Okay. So it's a 10-foot radius, correct?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the
40
spot.
foot high cylinder, so it's going to hit the one on the ceiling.
Yeah, 40-foot high cylinder. That it will. Okay. So that is a dex save for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where's dex? Northern one gets an 18 exactly.
Okay.
Southern one gets a 17. Western one gets a 17. 2 failures and a success.
Great.
So 31. See the failures.
Mm-hmm.
You smell a vile sizzling of this ichor that is very much not pleasant. Minus 15 to the top one. They are all still standing. Or hanging, as it were.
I was just hanging out.
Okay.
There's this shittering, scratching sound as this creature sort of turns its head and sort of hangs the front half of its body off of the ceiling, about to close its pincers around you.
I'm gonna use my bonus action. Oh, wait, no. It's not gonna work because I've already cast a damaging spell. I don't think my bonus action can do anything right now.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna let out a shriek. Panicked shriek. And,
It's okay. Panic Shrieking is a free action.
great, awesome. For flavor attacks, I'm going to I'm gonna try to take evasive action.
Certainly. That brings us to Dunnan with the creatures on deck. You are hasted.
Oh, cool. I'll slap the one right in front of me. That one.
Certainly. All right. This is the northern one, correct?
Yeah, this one.
Okay. Now that you are in melee, you have your bonuses. That is sufficient damage to dispatch that first one, throwing it the viscera backwards.
I
Make a
push
dex
it
save with
away.
advantage.
Can I push it away?
Certainly. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, 5 feet or what can I do?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5 feet.
Yeah. You destroy it with the blow as well.
It's still a dex save?
One moment. You do not need to make a dex save, actually.
Cool.
Heart Iron is
And-
unaffected by these creatures.
Turn around at the second one. Bam.
17 hits. Another 22 points. That is sufficient for that one. You paint the wall with that one's guts. Jaya softened all of these up for you. She dealt like 40 damage to all of these things. Minimum.
And I'll move a little closer and help Tang out. And I'll throw the hammer with my third attack.
At the ceiling
Since
one?
I'm hasted. Yes.
Okay. Your short range is 30.
20.
26. All right, roll a second one because it is outside of your short range.
Okay.
Still hits. Okay. So another 9 damage on the ceiling one, which is looking rough at this point.
That is it, sir.
Okay. That brings us to the creatures. One of them is going to drop down and try to assail Lend. This one has reached the ceiling and closes on Tang. This one closes on Dunnan. Closes on Dunnan. Closes on Aeolus. This one is done fleeing. It's going to move, dash, 40, 80 onto the ceiling. This one is going after Lend. Oh, I can't quite get there. So it'll dash and get to Lend. So, starting with Aeolus. 2 of them are attempting to bite you. 18 and a 20 to hit you.
They both hit.
10 and 6 points of piercing. And I need 2 dex saving throws, please. As they are attempting to chew through the hard, crunchy shell of your armor. You are at a -3 penalty at this point on that armor. I believe.
I'm at a -4.
-4 now? Okay, wonderful.
Yep.
One more and the armor is destroyed unrecoverably. Thank you. Yeah, just the 2. Succeed barely on one of them.
And what was the damage I took? Sorry.
10 and 6. 16 total.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 bite attacks on Dunnan. Yes. There we go. 19 and a 21. Do either of them hit you?
Nope.
Okay.
Both miss.
Fantastic. Just your 2 dex saves with advantage because your armor is magical.
Sure.
That is a -1 penalty to your armor, Dunnan. That first one. And Tang, 2 bite attacks on you. 24 and a 10 to hit you.
The 24 hits.
Oh. I have you flanked. 24 and a 23 to hit you.
Those both hit.
18 points of damage, and I'd like 2 dex saves, please, with advantage. My roll 20 is going slow. Give it a moment.
One against me.
Is your cloud-capped armor hot leather or studded leather?
It is.
It is leather. It's +1. It
Okay.
is not studded leather, so it is not destroying your armor. So never mind. You don't need to be rolling the dex saves. My mistake. I thought it was studded leather.
Well, no, there's no studded. Just
Yeah.
leather.
Yep. Okay. So you're fine there. That one moved, dashed. 2 attacks on Lend. Bite. Lend. They miss with the 16. And he makes 2 dex saves. Yeah, he's fine. Brings us to Jaya with Lend on deck.
I have to roll concentration, right?
Yes. 2 checks, please. DC's 10. You're fine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you have Warcaster also, I think, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
That gives me advantage.
Yeah. Jaya, what will it be?
I'm gonna vortex warp Tang out of there.
Nice. Alright.
I can't. I was like, I was all attacked, but she's already flanked, and so I'm just like, well, nope, boom, and so I'm just gonna pop her out, like behind me, like in this. I think like I don't know how close you need to be for spell casting, but somewhere in
Okay.
this area, just like behind. Just yank
Like
her out.
over here.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Vortex warp. Can you put in chat?
You do
Is it a
it.
bonus or a
I mean-
regular an action?
Yeah. It's an action,
Okay.
unfortunately.
There's no damage. Yeah, no, you're fine. Okay. Easily enough. As Tang 2 bites, and then your vision goes black for a moment. A brief second of panic passes through you before you are seeing the battle from a different angle.
Voices averted.
And then I think that's really all I can do. Yeah.
Okay. That'll bring us to Lend, who will take his bonus action to disengage dash, quickly scaling the wall and getting onto the rafter. And then drop an arrow on the one west of Dunnan's token and the one that was on the ceiling that south of where Tang was. He's going after things that have been injured at this point. Actually, no, he's not shooting. He's going to use an action and pull up his hood, and he vanishes from sight. And then he will continue to move. Not that you guys know where he is, but he's moving. That brings us to Aeolus.
Aeolus is going to see that he is currently flanked. He is going to smack the one in front of him with Ferguson first.
Yeah. We'll finish this run of initiative, and we'll pick up here next session also.
And then Aeolus
That
will
is an
turn
absolute
around
hit.
and smack the one behind him.
Also a hit, 12 points.
And then we'll bonus action star metal.
You have not reloaded it yet.
Oh. Shit. Well then
You can
also,
drop it and grab your
bonus
flamethrower.
action-
Or reload it.
No, I'll use bonus action to re-up the temporary hit points.
Okay. Where is the skull? Is it on you, basically?
It is floating next to Aya
No, I don't see it.
in the air.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. It's visible on my screen.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't see it at all on either of my screens. Interesting. Okay, no worries. That's fine. So you and Jaya get temporary hit points, I believe?
And
And
Okay.
Dunnan if his temp is under 13.
Of which they should be. Yeah. So Dunnan, you have 13 temp. Alright, that'll bring us to Teng with Dunnan on deck to finish initiative for the session.
Tang is gonna dive bomb in. Behind Aeolus. Oh, it's not what I wanted to click. Where are my wings?
She
There we go.
smacks him with the ladle.
She does not smack him with the ladle. She does smack him on the back of the head to cast Cure Wounds. Let's see. What is maximum for that?
It is...
It's
You're
8,
doing-
so 16.
You're doing 44 plus 4... 48 plus bonus? Oh, you do second level or first level?
I prefer second level.
Second level. So that'd be
So-
48, so that's 32. Plus 5 for your wisdom, so 37. Plus 2 for the level of the spell. 2 plus the level of the spell, I believe, for Life Cleric.
Yeah.
Second level spell, so 37, 39. 41. 41 points of healing. I
Great.
think. Yeah, if I've done that all correctly. We'll call it 41
I
either
tried.
way.
I'm at full.
You also get temporary hit
Almost.
points and are the benefit of Bless until the start of Tank's next turn.
Correct.
If you, I mean, you already had temp, but
Yeah, but now you have Bless.
that brings us to Dunnan To finish off initiative, and Aeolus, make note in the game chat that you have bless until Tank's turn, so you remember for next session, because these things force deck saves. Oh, yeah, done. Are you going to the west one? Looks the worst.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
16 points. It looks barely holding on after that.
Mhm.
Second attack.
Sec-
With that, you dispatch another one. Heart is unaffected by their ichor.
Okay, and the last one. Can I, before I attack it, can I push it down with Shield Master? Is the contester now?
Sure.
One needs
It's a
to-
strength save.
I always forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, DC
9. No, it's
17,
prone. It's fucking it's prone as shit.
And
You knock it onto its side, which is the most prone these things can be without sort of twisting and coiling.
thank God.
Ooh, 16 points. Yeah. Very hefty. As you,
Benefit.
are you gonna push that one away as well, which you can do, because you have
No, I wanted the melee.
was it melee? Got it. Alright, so let me mark that as prone. And are you staying put, shifting, anything else
Yeah,
you're doing?
No, I'm staying put.
Okay. So we got 3 of them on the ceiling hunting a bird. 2 of them are surrounding Aeolus. 2 of them that had chased Lend, but he has since pulled up his cloak and vanished, similar to Jaya's movements, who is currently invisible, flying, raining down hell upon all of them. And we'll pick up there next session.